Hello, you Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I'm the Nightwing coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. Now, what's really interesting is that me and JTH should have our NA predictions up today or tomorrow. I'm calling him right now to see if he's actually still awake. But with the NA season on the horizon coming up for this summer, I am pleasantly surprised as to what will happen for the North American scene after having a top 2 finish at MSI, and after North America was, well, because I like an EU team, but I'm not a Europe fan, if I'm going to make that clear. I like G2. G2 is my second team, but Cloud9 is obviously my first team. I have one G2 jersey, the one you guys see, but I'll be getting that second G2 jersey, the brand new 2019 one. I'm not going to get the limited edition one. I really wish I could, but I actually do like the one they use for the LEC a lot more. But yeah, I love G2. I love G2 just as much as I love Cloud9, you know. But I'm not a Europe fan per se, if that makes sense to you. But I think that after getting trashed by everybody, remember, North America was getting trashed by people, like absolutely dismantled by people in comment section, calling them slow, bad, useless, pathetic. That useless, slow, for fun region just got top 2 at MSI. You know, hate to say it to you, but it is what it is, honestly. You can chalk that up to choking, you know, other teams not performing very well. That doesn't mean, that means like nothing to the teams that is actually performing to that standard. I understand Team Liquid's performance wasn't really that good, but it still doesn't matter. If those better teams people predicted to do well actually did well, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But the team that actually beats those really good performing teams, they don't factor that in. Like, if you choke, that's your problem. I'm still gonna beat you, and that still doesn't discredit that it's still a strong team. But you choking is your own issue. And I think a lot of people like misconstrue choking with like them actually just beating you because you just gotten beaten. It's always a debatable thing, but today we have quite a bit of news to go over, so I'm going to actually go over it very, very thoroughly through certain things. Now, there's a lot of stuff. There's power rankings. We're going to do our own LCS power rankings ourselves. So, Broxa responds after Fnatic moves Dan up to the LEC roster as substitute jungler. Broxa has had trouble accepting the decision. Now, this is something that just got posted right now. I have actually not even seen this yet. After a disappointing end to the 2019 spring split, Fnatic has made a significant change to its roster before the start of the summer. The team is bringing up Dan from its academy team as a substitute jungler for next season. Among many improvements is to increase our depth and strength in the jungle position for our LEC team. Fnatic team director carry on after a very successful spring split with our UKLC squad. We see this is an incredibly timely and deserved opportunity to promote Dan. And you have the Fnatic tweet right here. LEC summer split player and staff update is promoted from Fnatic Rising to become the 6th player in our LEC roster. Arrives in the jungle position for Fnatic Rising. Broxa remains our starting LEC jungler. And then you have right here their link right here. And I think a lot of people will be really interested in this one, all things considered. But I think a lot of people would want to read this. So I'll actually leave this link in the description box below. But that is the overall Fnatic tweet. Last season was pretty up and down for Fnatic fans. The team started off with only 3 wins in 5 weeks and of play after losing superstar Caps Wither. Caps, the guy who clapped everybody at MSI. Fortunately, the team was able to find its footing and finish the regular season strong with a 11-7 record. Unfortunately, their road at Rotterdam was cut short when they fell to the precise macro plays of Origin in the 3rd round of playoffs. It was a tough way to end the season that seemed so promising, yet changes needed to be made. Broxa has also reacted to the roster moves, saying that there were lots of disagreements about how Fnatic should approach this upcoming summer split. Ultimately, moving Dan up was the final decision made by the organization. And then Broxa leaves his paragraph right here. Over the past month, I have been trying to accept this decision, but it is something that I have, and I'm still having a difficult time with it, Broxa said. In self-reflection, I think that my individual performance in spring was solid overall, and that I have been a important asset to the team as a whole, given that I have been dealing with a lot of frustration lately. It is clear that Broxa does not agree with the move made by the organization. Who knows how this will affect the team as Fnatic tries to secure themselves a spot at the 2019 World Championship this season. Now, overall, since this is one of the more topics I'll focus the time on, you know, I can understand Fnatic fans maybe being a little bit more mad with this as well, and so should Broxa, because I do feel like he is one of the best junglers in the LEC. Actually, you know, this split, I feel like he kind of took a backburn in terms of the other LEC junglers that were actually just as good as him. I do feel like a lot of them did step up. Cold, K-Drill probably one of the most improved players I've ever seen so far, like this year, just for a player that started off terrible and then had a huge bounce back, just how much he actually put effort into jungle and then actually was able to perform that way on stage. Incredible. That is a improved player if I have seen one. You have players like Xerxes playing really well, and I feel like Fnatic last time when they had caps was in the 2018 summer and the 2018 spring, and you know, obviously the year before that, those 2017 splits, is that Fnatic never really went through any hardships other than that. Well, they really only had G2 to deal with, and then, well, there was that 1 year where they kind of brought it back, and then they were better than G2, and then now G2 brought it back, and now they're better than Fnatic. Fnatic's only real competition in Europe, I'm sorry to every other European team, is really G2. It's literally been G2 and Fnatic since 2016, since G2 came in, and before that, who won splits? Fnatic. Then, if you want to count that one split where Alliance won, it's literally just been Fnatic and G2 fighting for European titles. I'm not saying the other European teams are weak. That's just is what it is, and I can't argue with the results that have shown who has won more splits. Now, for the whole Broxa thing per se, to bring that all back into you, is that he really had to adjust his playstyle to Nemesis, and I don't feel like him and Nemesis have the great synergy that a lot of people were expecting for him to have, like he did have with Caps. Caps and him had like a really good friendship, as you guys saw on their Fnatic videos. They had a really good brotherhood, as the Fnatic team had during the 2018-2017 year. Even 2017, when they both joined the roster, they had a really good thing going on there. I feel like that he really was a solid jungler, and I felt like he was probably the middle of the pack jungler. I think a lot of people had him pegged as the first place jungler. That's kind of a stretch there because of his playstyle per se, but I could understand why you would put him as the first place jungler going into the 2019 spring. Now looking at it from this perspective, from what we saw before, you actually have to understand that he is having not the same amount of impact, and there are going to be disagreements in the team when you lose a star player, because once you lose that star player, then everything that star player was able to provide and what you and that star player were able to create in terms of a dynamic for your team, that stuff all has to be worked on, because you didn't have to work on this stuff a lot later on. So, but I think this is a good thing to give him competition, but I don't think he needs competition though. I feel like he's a good enough jungler for what it is, but if they are having disagreements, then obviously that is something that you're gonna have to fix, and if they think bringing up a 6-man is gonna be the right decision, then hey, who am I to judge their professional decision? But overall, I think that that's fine, but if you're moving him up as a substitute jungler, what are you really using him for? You know, that's essentially probably saying, like, we're going to have tryouts, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, so there are a bunch of older posts. And yes, this is incredible, actually. Walmart is selling official LCS jersey and merch. Walmart has begun selling LCS team jerseys and other LCS merch on its website as a part of its sports fan shop, the retailer announced via Twitter. On Walmart's website, each of the 10 LCS teams are listed in addition to a small section of generic LCS apparel. Walmart's LCS fan shop also promotes products made by... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry about that. That was my phone and it's no notification. Sorry. On Walmart's website, each of the 10 LCS teams' jerseys are listed in addition to small section of generic LCS apparel. Walmart's LCS fan shop also promotes products made by Alienware, who is an official sponsors of LCS and LEC. And then Walmart announced that they are, selling, the LCS jerseys. And I feel like this is a great milestone for esports and League of Legends when we are able to have esports jerseys be sold by a big retailer such as Walmart. I would love if Target got this. I would love if just basic clothing, not like basic clothing lines got them, because they are a very premium type of clothing wear. They're not like, if you have an LCS jersey, you understand what I'm talking about. It's not like a shirt. And I hate when people call it a shirt. It's not a shirt. It's a jersey. It is literally an official jersey. It is like, that triggers me when people say that. But they're not per se normal wear of shirts. It's not like a normal cloth, like it's made of, real good material, obviously. So I feel like that this is a really nice step in the direction of the esports, is that having these teams' jerseys sold in Walmart, like Target and stuff like that, and other big box store retailers, is that you're going to be able to buy them from the store, because I know a lot of people can't buy online because obviously they might not have internet, or they might not have a debit card, a credit card, or whatever your financial situation is. And I think that this is a really good, big step up for esports in general. So I hope that other esports, such as Overwatch, Smash is considerably an esport. I've been an esport for a very long time. Certain Hearthstone cards, Fortnite. I hope that a lot of this stuff finally does come into like big box store retailers to actually promote more esports for us all. And they're going to be going for about $60 usually is what they go from the website. But if you guys want to support them directly, just go to the website. But overall, I imagine this stuff the proceeds go to the team in general. So that's something that you're just gonna have to understand. And if you want to go from that route, but it's up to you. And I really do like this idea. It appears that the apparel that is listed on Walmart's website is also listed on LCS merch website at same prices. There does seem to be less variety on Walmart shop, though, and buyers cannot choose a name to put on the back of their jersey. Several Twitter users commented on Walmart's initial tweet about the LCS fan shop with complaints that it only ships to the United States. The merch can only be purchased online, which may annoy some fans that would want to buy their jerseys at their local store. Yeah, overall for the future, I would say don't have these just only be online, because there are people that, don't buy from online. So you want to appeal to, both communities, online and IRL. Have it available for IRL, Walmart. Come on, we're in 2019. You could do it. And don't sell just to the United States. You know how many fans of League are in Europe, Paris, the minor regions, Japan? Don't just ship in the United States, Walmart. Come on. You can do better than that. It's Walmart we're talking about here. They can ship more than just to the United States. Rogue promotes Woolite to the LEC. This is their academy. 80 carry. Woolite is getting promoted to the Rogue LEC team, obviously. So so basically what I'm going to say is, for the rest of these smaller posts, is that you have to understand that some of these posts are going to be just about certain things just moving up and or getting purchased as per a little bit of what I've actually read. So here we go. Splice's parent company acquires Mad Lions and will merge LOL Academy with its roster. It's interesting. I actually haven't read this yet. Splice's parent company, Overactive Media, has acquired popular Spanish esports organization Mad Lion Esports Club. Overactive Media's base of operations in Europe and Latin America will now be based in Madrid, where a practice center for its players is situated as well. This also means that its League of Legends Academy team, Splice Vipers, will be incorporated under the Mad Lions brand. Both rosters will merge and will play in the 2019 LVP Superliga Orange Summer Split. Splice says that it's trying to create a path to pro system for its LEC team. That's really, I really do like that. That's a good thing, because Mad Lions has shown very, very good promise in the what's that thing called? It's for the LEC. It's basically for LEC Academy, the Superliga. Mad Lions has been one of the best teams in the Superliga, having captured both the summer and spring championships last year. This past split, the team was able to end the regular season in first place with a 12-6 record, but was ironically eliminated by Splice Vipers in the semifinals. Splice Vipers won the spring split championship as unlikely heroes as the team finished the regular season in 6th place. They are now ready to build on that success next split under the Mad Lions banner. It will be interesting to see how the team can implement a 10-man roster if it decides to go that route. This also means that 10 of these players could join Splice's main roster should some of the members underperform in the LEC. This gives Splice a huge talent pool to retool their teams with the upcoming season. Yeah, the main Splice roster kind of needs some motivation from what their players that I can see just looking at these screens sometimes, but okay. Pawn to take off 2019 LCK Summer split off due to health reasons. Good old Pawn, always having the health issues. Pawn will not be playing in the 2019 Summer LCK split. The team said that during the postseason, Pawn's health deteriorated, and after consulting with the coaching staff and the team and the player decided that he should take the season off. He really did come back to form, and he's taking more breaks. It's okay. I hope you get better, Pawn. Before coming to this decision, Pawn tried his hardest to return to competitive shape, but to no avail. Kingzone said that they will be working with Pawn throughout the season with counseling and training. That's in Japanese, and this is the whole statement if you want to read this. Pawn and Kingzone, Dragon X, had a pretty decent season, ending the spring split in 3rd place with a 13-5 record. Kingzone was one of the only teams to hand Griffin a loss in the regular season, and also took down SKT twice. Pawn had some good stats as well, and could have had higher stats had he had not missed 3 games. Unfortunately, the roster could not translate their regular season success into the playoffs. Pawn and company were swept by SKT in the 3rd round. SKT's AD carry Teddy had 2 huge games from his team, while Kingzone's bottom lane could not respond in time. The absence of Pawn in that Kingzone substitute mid laner, Nahyun, may have to fill into the starting roster of the 2019 Summer Split. Nahyun's performances weren't spectacular, so Kingzone might have to add competition to its starting role. So Pawn takes off the 2019 Summer Split. I hope he gets better. Darshan and Huhi joined Golden Guardians Academy team for the 2019 Summer Split. So Darshan, how he went from one of the best top laners in North America as a native top laner to going to Golden Guardians Academy team as a probably washed up top laner. And I mean, he was really good at one point during like 26. He was good anything from spring 2016 all the way back. Anything past spring 2016 all the way up till now, we're at 2019 summer. Not really. I feel like this change for CLG should have came like ages ago. Like, he had not been performing well for a very long time, and I don't like people saying that it was literally just this year. It was not just this year. It was a while. Like, let's be honest here. And Huhi having a role swap is interesting, but let's see how it goes. Darshan was a staple of CLG's team since he joined the organization in 2014. He became one of the most well-known North American top laners over the past 5 years, but recent struggles forced CLG to take some big roster changes, which included departing with Darshan. So, CLG replaced Darshan with the former 1907 Fenerbahce Ruin, who has become CLG's starting top laner, who he, on the other hand, left CLG at the end of the 2018 Summer Split to rejoin his old teammate Afro on 100 Thieves. And both of them all struggled. They all struggled. Playing on Golden Guardians Academy could give the two vets a chance to revitalize their respective careers and prove their worth to a team looking for a veteran presence. Darshan and Huhi will be joining jungler Hard, mid laner of FBI. No, that's the AD carry, FBI, and the mid laner Palaflox and their academy team. All right, so let's hope Darshan and who he actually can prove themselves, who he is actually role swapping to support. Maybe he might be better at that than actually playing mid, but we'll see how it goes, okay? Mickey officially signs with Excel. I'm pretty sure I already covered this, and I think I did. Mickey hopefully will add to Excel something that they didn't have before. Special didn't perform horrible, but it wasn't anything top tier. But let's see how Mickey fares in EU. Mickey's played in Korea, Europe, and North America. Larson is going to be a rogue starting mid laner. As I said before, they're promoting all of their academy team to the LEC stage. That way, this will give them a lot more, hopefully a lot more promise going into this split. Let's see. Cody's son will be Clutch's starting AD carry for week 1 of the 2019 summer split. Now, a lot of people think that he's going to be the starter of the team. Hopefully, this could be something where Piglet is probably still in Korea. Maybe Piglet is still in Korea and they need him obviously for week 1, and maybe they are going to run Piglet for the rest of the weeks. I don't know, but because this clearly says week 1. Right here it says Piglet did not have an amazing performance in the bot lane, ending with the lowest kill death ratio of any ADC in the League of last split. He had the second highest amount of deaths among LCS ADCs and had a pretty below average early game stats as well. So hopefully Cody-san will be able to provide some sort of stableness for the team in the bot lane, because Piglet kinda does look like he's a little bit washed up. Blank joins LJL Sengoku Gaming. So Blank being heavily criticized on SKT after all these many years, being a jungler that went from pretty decent, I wouldn't say anything great, to something like doing 513 damage with Jax's Trinity Force. Like, what in the freak? Like, I hope he obviously has a great rebound, and I hope that he obviously is going to do very well in the Japan League, because being not around SKT, around all that pressure, will alleviate him to play the game at his fullest potential. And obviously you guys probably know by now that Grig is going to be added back to the starting lineup. Now, I think Acadian performed very well for TSM, all things considered, and most people had thought that if Acadian performed well, Grig would not be getting the starting spot back. Now, with that being said, this is another tryout situation I'm, just assuming on, but let's hope Grig is able to give them the same type of results that Acadian has been able to give them. I don't think that this is personally the best decision, considering the fact that, well, Acadian performed really well, and I don't think that, Grig did anything wrong in the Academy League, because TSM won the Academy League with Grig, so we'll have to see how the overall TSM performs with these additions. So maybe Acadian plays like Saturday and Grig plays Sunday, or vice versa. So hope you guys really did enjoy all of this news. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. Nightwing signing out. See you guys later. Bye. Have a great day, and you guys have a great League of Legends watch this summer, and let's hope our best teams make Worlds.